Someone's breaking into my house. I'm staring right at him. Does he have a weapon? Nothing's going to stop us. Shots fired! Shots fired! A bold series of home invasions is spreading fear across Michigan. The suspect slips into occupied homes, comes face to face with homeowners, then disappears into the night like a ghost. Police chase him through darkness, but he's always one step ahead. And once again, he gets away. So how do you catch someone who refuses to be caught? And what would drive a suspect to risk everything just to avoid what started as a minor charge? Over the past few weeks, residents across parts of Michigan began to notice something deeply unsettling. Their homes were being targeted. Not once, not twice, but again and again.
I turned on my camera and saw a man standing right at my front door.
Victims woke up in the middle of the night to find a stranger inside their homes. Security cameras captured a man entering through the front door. No mask, no hesitation, no fear of being seen. I could see him standing right in front of me. These weren't ordinary burglaries. This suspect was bold enough to confront homeowners face to face. He stole weapons, electronics, and anything of value. But what terrified victims most was his reckless, almost taunting behavior. Local police were flooded with calls. The descriptions were nearly identical every time. A young white male, around 6 feet tall, acting with extreme confidence. Despite increased patrols, the suspect continued operating as if he were invisible. Until one night, when investigators finally caught their first real lead. Late one night, an officer spotted a vehicle parked along the roadside, the engine still running. As he approached to investigate, the driver suddenly hit the gas and took off.
He's running!
The speed climbed fast. The driver tore through residential neighborhoods, blew through red lights, showing no regard for public safety. Officers tried to keep up, but the vehicle kept pulling farther ahead.
He's trying to get away!
Then came a reckless decision. The driver suddenly veered straight onto active railroad tracks. The vehicle bounced violently across the rails, slammed down hard, and somehow kept going. Police couldn't safely follow on the dangerous terrain. And just like that, the suspect vanished into the darkness. Officers were forced to terminate the pursuit. The vehicle was later found abandoned, but the driver was long gone. As the chase unfolded elsewhere, another family was living through a nightmare of their own. A man woke in the middle of the night after hearing strange noises coming from downstairs. He stepped out of his bedroom, and suddenly, he was standing face to face with a stranger.
I saw a man standing right in front of me.
The moment stretched on like a nightmare. The intruder and the homeowner locked eyes. No words were exchanged. Then the suspect turned and ran. The man immediately called 911. By the time officers arrived, the intruder was gone. But when police reviewed the home's security footage, they finally got a clear look at the suspect. It was the break they'd been waiting for. A few days later, police received another report of a break-in. This time, officers were determined not to let the suspect slip away again. While patrolling the area late at night, an officer spotted a suspicious vehicle creeping through a residential neighborhood. It matched the description from the earlier home invasions. Suspect vehicle is moving through the neighborhood. He's running! I'm in pursuit! He's charging into a residential area. Officers try to box him in and set up a roadblock, but the driver goes straight at a patrol unit, slamming into it, and keeps going. Collision! Collision! He just hit a patrol car! One officer makes the call to use a more aggressive tactic. As the suspect vehicle squeezes through a narrow stretch of road, shots are fired at the tires. Tires! Take out the tires! Gunfire rips through the quiet night. A round punches through the vehicle, and the driver briefly loses control. The car veers off and crashes into a pile of scrap metal along the roadside. Vehicle's losing control! But it's not over yet. The engine is still running. The wheels are still spinning. The driver keeps trying to break free. He's still trying to flee! One officer realizes that if the suspect gets away this time, there won't be a third chance. He decides to act. I need to get there before he bails out and runs. When the suspect vehicle finally becomes stuck, the driver knows he's out of options. The door is jammed. He can't get it open. So he does the one thing no one expects. He dives out the window. He's climbing out! Stop him! The moment his feet hit the ground, the suspect spins around and throws a punch, striking the nearest officer in the face. He hit me! He just hit me! Instinct takes over. The officer immediately deploys his taser. The electric shock drops the suspect to the ground, but he's still fighting. Put your hands behind your back! Behind your back, now! Another officer rushes in, jumping onto the suspect to gain control. Hands are fighting for leverage. The suspect keeps resisting. Hold him down! Don't let him get away! 2 more officers arrive to assist. 4 officers press the suspect into the ground at once, shouting, heavy breathing, police sirens blaring, all colliding in the darkness. Stop! Stop resisting! After several exhausting moments, the suspect is finally subdued. Handcuffs are secured. The chase is over. Suspect is in custody. I repeat, suspect is in custody. The suspect is identified as Dwayne Boyer, 33 years old. When officers run his name, they quickly discover a history of violent offenses and multiple prior run-ins with law enforcement. But what stands out most is his behavior after the arrest. You're only arresting me for sleeping in my car. I didn't do anything. Boyer aggressively denies every accusation. He yells, curses, demands to be released, even threatens the officer. Get your hands off me! I'll bite your face off! As they wait for an ambulance to arrive, officers begin to sense that something isn't adding up. Why would someone go to such extreme lengths, a reckless chase, violent resistance, over a minor charge? He fought way too hard, over a simple vehicle theft? That doesn't make sense. Officers begin comparing security footage from the home invasions to the man standing in front of them. Slowly, the pieces start to fall into place. The face, the way he moves, the aggressive attitude. It's him. Combined with the sheer recklessness of the pursuit, police grow increasingly confident. This is the same suspect responsible for the string of home invasions. That's him. This is the guy we've been looking for. Boyer suffers a serious injury to his arm during the crash. Officers transport him to the hospital for treatment before any formal interrogation can begin. At the hospital, one officer decides to try a different approach. Instead of a hard interrogation, he starts a casual conversation with Boyer.
You know, I think you're the guy I chased a few nights ago. The one who drove onto the railroad tracks?
Boyer smirks.
Oh yeah? That was you? I got away from you.
That's it. That's the moment police needed. Boyer starts bragging about what he's done.
I got away the first time. You couldn't catch me.
The officer keeps feeding his ego, and the more they talk, the more Boyer reveals. He stops holding back.
He's not hiding anything anymore. He's telling us everything.
Boyer confesses to breaking into dozens of homes. He walks through the details: which houses he entered, what he took, even what it felt like to come face to face with homeowners.
He confessed to everything, every break-in, everything he stole.
But it doesn't stop there. Boyer also admits to a crime police hadn't even connected to him yet: stealing a fire department vehicle. He even confessed to stealing a fire truck, a case we hadn't linked to him. With Boyer's own words, there's no more guessing. We went from suspicion to certainty. We knew it was him, and now he's telling us it was him. Boyer is charged with multiple felonies, including home invasion, theft, fleeing police, assaulting an officer, and more. He pleads guilty to all charges. The final sentence: 7.5 to 20 years in prison. But for the victims, the damage went far beyond stolen property. One of the families who was targeted shared this.
He didn't hurt any of us. He didn't take anything especially valuable. But he changed us as people. He changed us as a family. Our sense of trust dropped dramatically. The feeling of safety inside their own home, something most people take for granted, was taken from them. They installed new locks, more cameras, alarm systems. Sleep no longer came easily. This is the real cost of crime. Not just what's stolen, but the peace that's taken with it. But there is one bright ending to this story. Among the items Boyer stole was a scooter belonging to a young girl named Grace. It was her birthday present, and it had vanished. On August 7th, a detective called the family. "Are you home? Can I stop by? I'm nearby." He was really excited. The detective arrived carrying the recovered scooter. Grace's name was still written on it. He knew it was hers right away. Her name was clearly on it. I think he was almost as excited as Grace when the scooter was found. For Grace, it wasn't just a toy being returned. It was proof that justice had been done, that the right people showed up, and that, in the end, the good guys won. The story of Dwayne Boyer is a reminder of two things. First, the persistence of law enforcement. They didn't walk away after the first failure. They kept searching, kept investigating, kept pushing forward, until justice was finally served. Second, the cost of crime goes far beyond prison time. It's families left shaken, children who lose their sense of safety, and psychological scars that don't simply fade away. Boyer believed he was smarter than the police. He got away once, and convinced himself he always would. But in the end, it was that arrogance that led to his downfall. No one can run forever. Justice may take time, but it always catches up.
Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this case interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more real-world cases and intense police pursuits. Until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.